We ready, Madam Clerk?
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll go ahead and call this regular meeting of the East Peoria City Council to order. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Here.
Hill?
Here.
Mingus?
Here.
Sutherland?
Here.
Mayor Call?
Here.
Bob present, Your Honor.
Thank you. Please rise for the invocation. Remain standing for the pledge.
Shall we pray? Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and every day that you give us. Every day, any one of us faces challenges in our lives. These challenges can bring stress and anxiety. We ask you that you remind us to fulfill the law of Christ and bear one another's burdens. Let us reach out and help others as we are able. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Very good. Approval of the minutes, please.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the minutes of the regular meeting held on October 1st, 2024, and the minutes of the special meeting held on October 8th, 2024, be approved as printed.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
Bob present, voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries. Okay, communications, the big ones here this evening. First up, we have a proclamation honoring Frank Bohr. And Robert, I'm going to have you step up to the podium, and I will do the proclamation. And then I know you have a plaque to present as well.
Yeah, I was going to present it.
And then, okay, well then I think we can present them together to the family and maybe get some pictures.
That would be
since
great.
They're all present. Very good. Whereas Francis Frank Dean Bohr Jr., an accomplished and well-respected individual who spent his entire adult life volunteering and serving the East Peoria community, peacefully passed away on Tuesday, May 21st, 2024. And whereas the city of East Peoria has suffered a great loss with the passing of such a dedicated community supporter. And whereas Frank, an Eagle Scout, was a retired East Peoria small business owner, served as co-chairman of the Festival of Lights for many years, and was an active member of the East Peoria Historical Society. And whereas Frank had a passion for historical research, especially for the city of East Peoria, and would become one of the most knowledgeable residents of our community history, contributing monthly columns to the newspaper about East Peoria's rich past. And whereas, as a loving husband, father, grandfather, great-grandfather, brother, uncle, friend, and mentor with a tremendous sense of humor, Frank lived an incredible life. And whereas Frank's legacy of service will always be cherished and will always serve as a positive example for others to follow. And now, therefore, I, John P. Call, Mayor of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, on behalf of the entire City Council and staff, in recognition of Frank Bohr's many contributions to our city and its citizens, do hereby wish to honor his selfless service to this community. We express our gratitude to Frank Bohr and to his family for his many years of dedicated service to East Peoria. His devotion and dedication will be missed by all. And with that, Robert, I know you have a plaque, so I'll let you do your thing, and then we'll have the family come up here. And
Yes, thank you, Mayor. On behalf of the East Peoria Historical Society, we most definitely wanted to recognize Frank and all the contributions that he's given this community. And so if somebody wants to come up and... Scott?
No. Yeah, wonderful.
if you guys don't mind, why don't everybody step in here? And
Sure.
We'll get pictures with everybody if you guys don't.
Sure, why not?
We'll all come. Yes. Yep.
I do it.
Yeah?
Maybe do it with your.
No, yeah, just do it, yes.
Unless there's another way.
No.
We absolutely love it. And a lot. I mean, he's just a great guy. And where do you want this we'll have Dan's going to take pictures. Okay.
can do a few, okay? All right, everybody just smile for a minute and take a bunch. All right. Good. And then, sorry. Just in case you're blinking or anything. Perfect. One more. All right.
Nice guys. Hi guys. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So Mark. Good to see you, brother. How's things going? All right. You guys. Yeah, I made it just in time. You guys have 2 fewer people at your meetings than we do ours.
Yeah, well, it's a crapshoot, honestly. Sometimes we're this lucky.
So if we get 2, we're
Yeah, good deal.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Well, you guys don't have to stay for the rest of it. Feel free to go have some good family time. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, guys. Take care. Thank you, Dan.
No problem.
Appreciate that. Very good. Okay, have one other proclamation this evening. Whereas East Peoria, Illinois is a community which acknowledges that a special vibrancy exists within the entire community when its individual citizens collectively go the extra mile in personal effort, volunteerism, and service. And whereas East Peoria, Illinois is a community which encourages its citizens to maximize their personal contribution to the community by giving of themselves wholeheartedly and with total effort, commitment, and conviction to their individual ambitions, family, friends, and community. And whereas East Peoria, Illinois is a community which chooses to shine a light on and celebrate individuals and organizations within its community who go the extra mile in order to make a difference and lift up fellow members of their community. And whereas East Peoria, Illinois acknowledges the mission of Extra Mile America to create 550 Extra Mile cities in America and is proud to support Extra Mile Day on November 1st, 2024. Now therefore, I, John P. Call, Mayor of East Peoria, Illinois, do hereby proclaim November 1, 2024 to be Extra Mile Day. I urge each individual in the community to take time on this day to not only go the extra mile in his or her own life, but to also acknowledge all those who are inspirational in their efforts and commitment to make their organizations, families, community, country, and world a better place. So, and we do have a lot of very giving members of our community that do an awful lot to lift the community, not to mention a lot of nonprofits that do great work. So we're very blessed. All right, public comment. All right, don't hold back. There you go. All right, Commissioner Hill.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, I move to adopt a consent agenda consisting of items numbered 1 through 4. Item number 1, adoption of resolution number 2425-073, resolution to approve payment of the scheduled bills listed on schedule number 11 in the amount of $1,758,618.16. Item number 2, adoption of resolution number 2425-063 on its second reading. Resolution approving and accepting proposal from Commercial Irrigation, Inc. for the East Side Center Water Irrigation Mainline Rerouting Project. Item number 3, adoption of resolution number 2425-066 on its second reading, a resolution authorizing the City of East Peoria to enter into joint funding agreement with IDOT for the East Washington Reconstruction Improvement Project and related funding appropriation. Item number 4, adoption of resolution number 2425-067 on its second reading, a resolution authorizing the City of East Peoria to allocate Rebuild Illinois bond funds for the local portion of funds required for the East Washington Reconstruction Improvement Project as listed on the agenda for this meeting to be considered by omnibus vote.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Any discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that items numbered 1 through 4 listed on the consent agenda be hereby approved and adopted, and the items numbered 2 through 4, having been read once by their title and having been laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection, be adopted as presented.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried. Commissioner, real quick before you begin, just as a matter of record, we have pulled off the regular agenda the approval of ordinance number 4815 for this evening, which is an ordinance authorizing the sale of personal property in the possession of the East Peoria Fire Department. That item has been pulled. So with that, back to you.
Thank you, Mayor. I have only one item tonight. Resolution authorizing the selling process for city-owned surplus real estate located at 545 Bloomington Road and at the corner of Main Street and Washington Street, 101 South Main Street in East Peoria. Whereas the city has acquired title to a parcel of real estate located at 545 Bloomington Road within the city of East Peoria through the abandonment provisions of the Unsafe Property Division of Article 11 of the Illinois Municipal Code, 65 ILCS 5/11-31-1 at Seek, and this parcel is legally described in Exhibit A1 and depicted in Exhibit A2 attached hereto and incorporated by reference hereafter the parcel 1. And whereas the city owns a parcel of real estate located at the south corner of the Main Street and Washington Street intersection, 101 South Main Street, within the city of East Peoria, and this parcel is legally described in Exhibit B1 and depicted in Exhibit B2 attached hereto and incorporated by reference here and after the parcel 2, parcel 1 and parcel 2 hereafter collectively the property. And whereas the city has determined that parcel 1 and parcel 2 are surplus public real estate owned by the city, and the city considers both parcel 1 and parcel 2 to be excess property of the city and unnecessary for city use or city purposes. And whereas the city seeks to sell the property pursuant to the process set forth under Section 11-76-4.1 of the Illinois Municipal Code, 65 ILCS 5/11-76-4.1, which provides for the appraisal of the property by certified or licensed appraiser, and then the sale of the property by city officials, by a local licensed real estate agency, or by the public auction for no less than 80% of the appraised value. And whereas parcel 1 and parcel 2 are further described by the parcel's current zoning classification, size, and use respectively in Exhibit 1A, A1, and Exhibit B1. And whereas the City Council hereby finds that it is in the best interest of the city to sell the property such that the property can be developed and put to use by interested party. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois, that Section 1, the above recitations are found to be true and correct. Section 2, the property being parcel 1 and parcel 2, after obtaining an appraisal of each parcel comprising the property by a certified or licensed appraiser, is hereby directed to be sold by any process set forth under Section 11-76-4.1 of the Illinois Municipal Code for no less than 80% of the appraised value. Section 3, city officials are hereby authorized to execute any documents necessary to initiate the sale or transfer of the property and to negotiate the terms of such sale or transfer of the property to an interested purchasing party. The terms of such sale or transfer of the property shall include payment by the purchasing party of the city's cost, including but not limited to the cost of the appraisal and the title policy if requested by buyer, recording fees and city attorney fees in the amount of $500, together with the standard real estate agent commission rate if listed by a local real estate agency. Section 4, the city clerk is hereby authorized and directed to publish this resolution and any exhibits attached hereto, excluding Exhibit A2 and Exhibit B2, immediately upon the passage of this resolution by the City Council in a daily or weekly newspaper circulated in the City of East Peoria. Section 5, city officials in their discretion are hereby authorized to withdraw the property from the sale or transfer process for any reason they deem necessary or appropriate. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2425-072 be adopted as presented.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus.
As you got from that description, I'm not sure how many of you know, I'm very familiar with 545 Bloomington Road. 545 Bloomington Road is a bright blue house. If you ever go to the 520 Cafe, anybody will know and recognize the house. It's been abandoned for some time. At one point in time, somebody looked like they backed a dumpster up and dumped garbage. It might have been an unpaid bill. I'm not sure what it was. The city incurred cost as we cleaned that mess up, as our neighbors to that property were complaining, and rightfully so. So as I've told my department for years now, I prefer to reclaim or repurpose or rehab a house versus tearing the properties down. So this one, and you recall from our last meeting, we had one on Meadow Avenue that the council approved the sale of it. So we have two properties. They're definitely in the need of rehabbing, but demolishing the house doesn't create anything but really an unusable lot usually, and so this is the best opportunity that we can try to sell it with the encouragement to have it rehab, so that again it stays in our inventory. It may stay in our inventory, city inventory, not our personal property, but stay in the city's inventory of housing, and maybe more in the affordable housing area. So we've got two opportunities. This one tonight, if it passes, and the one we passed last week for somebody that wants to flip it. Again, my preference is owner occupied, but anything to keep these houses in the inventory.
Very good. Well said. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, that's all I have tonight.
Thank you, Commissioner Hill. Commissioner Decker.
A couple items, Mayor. First of all, resolution number 2425-069, be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, the resolution number 2425-069, hereto attached, a resolution authorizing the City of East Peoria to enter into joint funding agreement with IDOT for the Riverside Drive and Camp Street intersection reconstruction project and related funding appropriation be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2425-069 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title, be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus. I'm going to tie these two items together. First of all, this is the anybody that knows East Peoria well knows this intersection to be in very poor condition. We're looking forward to having it replaced. And our portion of this, the city's portion, is $1,082,000. And then we're going to, and this is working with the Illinois Department of Transportation and Tri-County Regional Planning Commission. We're working along. We're having different funding sources for this item. It's coming from, this is what I was looking for, Mayor, Federal Surface Transportation Urban Funds. And then the next item is talking about how we're going to spend our funds. And it's going to be from the, if I can remember the title, the Allocate Rebuild Illinois bond funds for our local portion.
Very good. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries.
And second part of that, Mayor, resolution number 2425-070, be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois. The resolution number 2425-070, hereto attached, a resolution authorizing the City of East Peoria to allocate Rebuild Illinois bond funds for the local portion of funds required for the Riverside Drive and Camp Street intersection reconstruction project be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2425-070 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title, be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus.
Thank you, Mr. Mingus. The only other thing I'd like to say is looking forward to getting this done and keep chipping away at all of the needed projects we have in East Peoria.
Yep, it's going to be great when it's finished. Any other discussion?
Yeah, I would like to say that I can remember a few months ago I said there's not enough money going into the street department, and there's still not. They did a great job this year, and the taxes haven't been raised. We're finding funding. We're doing it the right way. So kudos. Good job.
Very good. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries.
That's all I have right now, Mayor.
Very good. Commissioner Sutherland.
I have nothing tonight, Your Honor.
All right. Commissioner Mingus.
2 items tonight, Your Honor. First item, resolution number 2425-068. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 2425-068 here to attach the resolution approving an intergovernmental agreement between the City and County of Tazewell for animal and rabies control services be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2425-068 be accepted on its first reading, is read by its title, and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. This is something we do annually. It's our contract with the county for, as I said, animal and rabies control services. Total cost to the city for the county to take care of those services for us is $34,409.16.
Very good. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Second item tonight, Your Honor, Resolution 2425-071. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that Resolution number 2425-071 here to attach, the resolution accepting and improving the low bids from Krumholtz Brothers Landscaping, Inc. and Tazewell County Asphalt Company, Inc., and approving engineering services for East Side Center Main Parking Lot Trench Drain Project be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2425-071 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. This is a trench that's being proposed to put in the middle of East Side's parking lot. I looked almost running from the building back to across the parking lot from the building. Looks like we've had some issues with water, groundwater, and water runoff impacting the newly renovated or parts of the
Newly
concrete.
paved.
Yeah, parts of the concrete. So the solution for this is to dig a trench in the middle, which will collect the water and put it in the sewer system. Mayor, if I'm missing something,
Yeah.
please let me know.
So here's what's interesting. So apparently, the water table up there is pretty high, but it's been so many years since we repaved that lot. So we just repaved the section down in front of the east side building all the way over to where the dumpsters used to be staged. And we had a heavy rain shortly after it was repaved, and you see these white stains out there on the new pavement. So we're like, what's going on? We brought the contractor up. Pat Meyer came up and took a look at it. And then we went over and looked at some of the old pavement. Even though it was all faded, you could see some of the same white things, white areas underneath the old pavement. And when you go down and you look down the stormwater drains, by this time, we went back and it was totally dry, and there's still water running under there. So is what they proposed to do is put in this trench drain along there to collect that water. It's going to be under the pavement, and then it'll tie into those outlets down on the parking lot slopes from where the fields are at down towards the building. And they're guessing that this is probably our best solution. We just spent all that money repaving it, and hopefully it takes the water where it shouldn't be going and puts it where it should be going and drains it.
You said it's under the pavement, it's not.
Yeah, this drain will be under, you will not see it.
My understanding
It'll be
there is
underneath.
they believe this will work, and any other would be extremely expensive.
So
and-
we've actually, I want to say 2 years ago, if you go over on the soccer field parking lot, there were drainage issues over there, and those were resolved by doing similar drains, so.
Underground again? 'Cause
Yeah,
they've
so-
got that one, I don't say swale, or it looks like a sidewalk, but it's really going from the back of the soccer to the parking lot. And it's clearly a drainage ditch,
Yeah.
a subtle one, but.
Right,
Well,
yeah.
I'd like to get my 2 bits in here. I was up there during the construction nearly every day in the late 90s. If there's an aquifer there, I would kiss somebody's butt because I don't believe there is. The stadium is 20-some feet lower than the parking lot, and we pump water into the pond for irrigation. Now, I'm not saying there's not a water problem, but in East Peoria, there's sand and gravel on top of blue clay. And there could be some water trapped in between the blue clay and the sand, and the only way to get it off is to do what we're going to do now. Probably should have been done, or at least put some matting down at the very beginning, which we were running on a shoestring back then in the day. Maybe there should have been matting put down now. I'm not so sure that our own guys couldn't dig this trench. I just feel queer about this, so I'm going to vote no on this one. I think that this is something that we can handle ourselves, and there is no aquifer underneath of a hill that goes down to the creek on one side and Meadow Avenue on the other side. It's impossible.
I didn't say aquifer, I said
It says it
high
in the
water
paperwork.
table. It may have,
Yeah,
yeah.
it did.
That may be the word they use, but either way, there's definitely a water problem because it seeps up even when it's dry. So it's coming from somewhere. All right. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
No.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
I have 4 ayes and 1 no, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries.
That's all I have tonight, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner. Anyone in the audience wish to address the council on a non-agenda item? And I'm seeing no one. Comments from the council. Commissioner Decker.
Only thing I have, Mayor, I was speaking with Brett Tucker a few days ago, and I meant to check today before I came, and I forgot to, but I know they were running a little bit behind last week with the cleanup week, and they were doing their best to catch up, but so I believe they're still not finished with that. Also, I've taken a couple phone calls of people that have asked about brush pickup, and they were checking on some of those, so if I don't want anybody to worry, think that they're done and have just forgotten. But if you do believe that you've been missed, please reach out. But they are not finished, and still working to catch up.
Yeah, good point, because Rick told me this morning in staff, he thought they could get it wrapped up by Wednesday.
Okay.
So I had a few people reach out, and I just explained to them, it's just like anything else. The folks that are on Monday, you're good to go. You're probably going to get yours collected. But
Yeah.
as the week goes along, there's a lot of junk.
Yes, there is.
So, yeah, he was hoping to get everything completed no later than Wednesday, but.
And maybe it's just my perception, but I haven't noticed as many people driving around, stopping from pile to pile as I noticed in past years. Again, I could just be missing it, but I didn't notice as many this year. So,
Hey, it worked out for us. I put out a pile and 3/4 of it was gone. Then I added to the pile the next day to make sure
That's
I
good.
conform with so it all worked out.
that's all I
Anything
have.
else? All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Commissioner Hill.
Just one item I mentioned at our last meeting because it's the deadline, the Fall Halloween Yard Decorating Contest. The deadline is 11:59, October 16th, so that's tomorrow at midnight, it looks like. So again, the Fall Halloween Contest, you can go out to the website to find out the details, but the deadline is upon us. So if you're interested in the fall, 2 categories, Best Fall Harvest and Halloween Yard Decorating Contest, I would recommend you move quickly. It ends tomorrow, deadline's tomorrow. That's it.
All right, thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Sutherland, you got a slight novel down there.
Yeah, I just got 3 items. I'll be quick. To my friends up on Indian Circle, I heard a couple complaints about when the water main was being repaired that they didn't have notice. And some of them were old geezers like me that don't do a lot with Facebook and don't do hardly anything with the internet. So I brought it up to Cord, and Cord said that there is a place in the city's website. It's called Code Red, and you can go there on your computer if you have one, and if you have a smartphone, and you can sign up for Code Red, and it gives you a call on your telephone whenever there's a problem in your vicinity. Could be fire, could be police, could be water, could be sewer, that you'll be notified. If you do not know how to do this or do not have a computer, since that's an older neighborhood, just come down here to City Hall, and the girls said that they would get you signed up for Code Red. And I also heard that Code Red works so well that people, after they turn it on, turn it off because there's so many phone calls keeping everybody informed. My next thing, I don't want to use the word citizens. I would use the word, in this case, citizen. Cussing out our subcontractors or our employees will not be tolerated in my department. So, know this, I have told the subcontractors and our employees that if this happens to them, they will not be back unless Cord or I ask them to go back after the problem is being resolved. I don't want to use people's names, but there is some perfect examples of person getting out of hand. The next meeting, my last item I want to bring up, and I want Scott Brunton, our city attorney, to listen closely in case I screw up. I am going to bring up term limits to be talked about at the next council meeting. And if the city council votes on going ahead with discussing term limits, then over the next two city council meetings, I think we'll possibly have 2 working sessions for public input to ask questions in persons or on the internet. It's being set up now, but know this, that they have to vote yes next city council meeting for this discussion to go on, because if nobody votes yes, then it's got to be brought up through the public.
So, hey, just real quick, Commissioner, and then I'll let you finish your comments. Just for clarification purposes, so is what you're proposing is having it on the agenda, right? And then we make a motion, someone has to second it, open it for discussion. But is what you're referring to isn't a working session, it would be where the public comes and they're allowed input during the public comment.
I misspoke then.
Well, yeah. Well, I just, for clarification, to make sure we're all on the same page, including the city attorney, that way it allows for the public to weigh in during the public comment portion.
And if I'm doing this right, I've talked to Jill down at the city, and she said that she would set it up for people to be able to call in on the internet and ask questions. And then after those 2 sessions, then it would be up to the city council to vote yes or not to put it on the ballot. That would be in April. I know this sounds fast, but this discussion, I've been wanting to have this discussion for quite a while now. I don't want to say years, but years. So I'm hoping that, and I could even vote against this once it comes out and I hear everything that people have to say or not say, but I think it really needs to come out in the open and to be presented to the public. And there's a lot of good things and there's some bad things with this going either way, guys. I mean.
So with Jill, and this would have to be, if I would have known you were going to make that remark, I would have caution you not to say that here tonight because we don't know that. That has to be discussed. If Jill has to run that through Scott, I don't know how that is set up, where we would take questions online during the course of the meeting. You'd have to almost have a Zoom meeting to allow for that. Am I correct in stating that, Morgan or Scott?
Can I ask a clarifying question, Your Honor? Commissioner, are you Are you looking at a working session next meeting, or are you looking to have some type of, what would be on the agenda and then the discussion portion? And people would comment before the meeting, like on an agenda item, or?
I spoke to Scott over the last month, and he's been writing up something for me to put on the docket. Did I say that right?
So something to vote on.
Something to vote on
Next
to get the
meeting.
ball rolling.
Okay.
Yeah, in order to get a referendum, the idea here is that there be a referendum put on the ballot at the April local elections, consolidated election on April 1st, 2025. Not, of course, we're going to be meeting we're going to meet on election day, so not at that, obviously, this election day, but the one in April 2025 would be, the proposal would be to put a referendum on the ballot regarding term limits. That's what the commissioners asked for, and that's what I'll prepare an ordinance that would initiate that process. The idea is that would go through 2 readings. The first reading would be held at the next meeting, and then a second reading would be held at a subsequent meeting probably in
mid-December, yeah.
In mid-December. And so if that passes at the council level, then that ordinance is then forwarded to the county to be placed, to have that referendum placed on the ballot for that April 1st election cycle. So that's kind of the general overview. And this has to be done, in order to get on the April election, it has to be done by mid-January. So that's why we're doing it at this point in time.
So another point of clarification. So should that be an agenda item on the next agenda, the November 5th agenda, and this council doesn't support it, it will not be back for a second reading, or will it?
It would not be.
Yeah,
That's
I
correct,
think so.
Mayor.
Okay.
It would be dead.
Okay.
That's it, sir. I'm done.
Okay. Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Mays.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
All right, and then myself, just going to talk a couple of items on the docket for the public. Number one, open burning started today. I caution everyone to pay attention to our website and code red, because if it's windy, depending on the conditions, the fire chief could cancel that. But open burning this fall is beginning today and ends on November 26th, right before Thanksgiving. Once again, follow the guidelines that the city has in place. For those that don't follow those, just understand a big red fire truck or a police officer may show up and you might be cited if you're not following the guidelines that we have in place. Be respectful. Always check with your neighbors. Yeah, go ahead, Commissioner.
Just a question, Mayor, and honestly, I just am not remembering. Did we stop open burning during Halloween, during the day of Halloween?
I don't know about Halloween. I don't believe so, but that may be something that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. And not to take time with it now, but years ago, my son went through the ditch, tripped, fortunately fell just on the other side, but ashes were behind him. And I thought we had talked about it at one point, but I can't remember if we'd done
I know
anything with it
we've
or not.
eliminated that we don't allow it during holidays, and I forget what else we thought, but Halloween's coming up, so now's the time to bring it up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll talk to the fire chief.
Okay.
I would 100% support not allowing it on Halloween, so I think it makes sense. We also have coming up Cops and Riders, which is their trunk or treat down at Bass Pro. That's Friday, October 18th from 5 to 8 p.m. Our police and fire both will have a presence down there handing out candy to the kids. It's a huge turnout. That is a big event every year. And the weather, actually, the forecast looks good for Friday night. And then this Thursday night, out here in the atrium, there's another, the East Peoria 2045 comprehensive plan. There's another open house where we're taking public input. I encourage people to stop down. The consultants that we have on hand, along with representatives from Tri-County Regional Planning Commission, will probably be there, as well as some of our staff from 4 to 7 p.m. Still looking for your input on that. And then Commissioner Decker mentioned Halloween. Trick or treat is from 5 to 8 p.m. and that's a Thursday evening, the 31st. So with that, I would seek a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we adjourn until Tuesday evening, November 5th, 2024 at 6 p.m.
May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. We are adjourned until we meet again.